Hi everyone, Julia here, recording this, March 5th, pretty sure, 2024, and I'll try to keep my finger out of here, out of the video, and I will increase my production at some point, but right now my priority, of course, as most people know listening to this, is working on becoming a Mace Energy Method practitioner. And wow, I'm just still floored by what this offers. It's just truly miraculous, like Jerry Marzinski's always saying. And Cherie is going to speak with Jerry about having both of them come on and do a chat with me, so I'm really excited about that. And you know, some people right now would think I'm really sacrificing because I'm basically living in a glamping situation so I can pay for this Mace Energy Method training. But I just know it is the thing to do. I know it's an investment, and that's not why I'm doing it really. But I know that it is, and yeah, it is so worth it. And man, what sets Mace Energy Method apart from all these other modalities is that it's thorough and final. I mean, there's so many things that set it apart. But, you know, when in the interview with John Avery on this channel, if you haven't seen it yet, he says that he found things that helped him as far back as 1963. And that's when he decided to help other people because he found something that helped. But it didn't last. And that's the thing. These other healing modalities, they don't last. They're temporary. Because they don't use the magic of the Mace Energy Method, where you tap in to your spiritual aspect and you put all your attention on this negative identity you want to just create, and you use your mind for what it does. And with the guidance of a practitioner, you discreate these negative identities. You don't release them. You don't just become aware of them. You eliminate them. And that's huge. That is huge. So that's, you know, that's really, that difference right there makes it, you know, final. But, you know, there's also the fact that people don't have to talk about what their trauma, the initial trauma was that sparked that negative identity. In fact, you don't even need to know what that trauma was. And as long as you go back to a certain one when prompted by the practitioner, that negative identity will have been found there, because once you create a negative identity, it pops up all the time when you get triggered with whatever that negative identity's aspects are. So yeah, I'm just getting more amazed by the minute. And the more I hear from Jerry Marzinski, and then other people who are in the counseling and psychiatry, probably not so much psychiatry, but psychology and psychotherapy. You know, the ones who really want to help people, when they find out about Mace Energy Method, they're there, you know, because nothing compares to it. And so I'm excited to talk with Jerry and see. I think, you know, he's been a practitioner for going on 2 years. And, you know, compared to the 40-something years before, you know, the differences. You know, I know that he wanted to retire, but he has so many people reaching out to him that he's still going. And that, you know, he's booked solid for an entire year. So, anyone who's wanting a career, this is going to be it, because this is finally, the wave is here. And, you know, John Mace wasn't trying to be like some of these other healers who are now millionaires, billionaires, some of them. And they have these big healing seminars, and they're real showy. No, that's not what Mace Energy Method is about. It's about a one-on-one with you, the spiritual being guided by another who's been healed through this method and who has absorbed himself in this method to really understand it. And then that's how you get results. And I know a lot of people get results in these seminars and whatnot, whatever they're called, but they're not lasting, because I've had a lot of those clients reach out to me in my Biofield tuning practice, which I've been doing since 2017, so 7 years. So yeah, that's what's amazing about Mace. It's thorough. It gets it done. It finally there's something here. And then it works with addictions, any kind of compulsive behavior. It's just amazing. Relationship repair. Like I said, everyone owes it to themselves to have a session. And I was looking at some of the practitioners and, just looking around, and I noticed in the States it's usually about $250, which, you just can't even put a price on this. This is priceless. And I can tell you it's a bargain for the client, because me just learning about the process and going over it now before I actually use it on a client, practicing with it, it's very intense. Even without, a real spirit there to work with, a real person. So I think the client is getting a bargain compared to what else you can get out there these days for $250. So, it's one of those things, if you really want it, you can make it happen. And just like as soon as I found out about this and, what it entailed to become a practitioner, I jumped on it. I just knew it's the right thing. When you know, you know. And, yeah. And just in a few weeks, I'll be an actual practitioner. And, of course, I have the intention to be the best possible. And I also am going to set up funds for people who just really can't afford it, that really want it. This is for people who really want to change as well. If you don't think that there's anything you need to change about you, or there's anything going wrong in your life that you're not totally content with, at peace with, then you probably don't need a Mace Energy Method session. But I think most people do. If they're honest with themselves, there's always something. And yeah, when I had my session, I was surprised that I still had the judgment I'm not good enough, because I'd worked with that a lot with language lessons of the heart. But the thing is, I've said it before, you only release the judgments with that process so they can come back. And they do, obviously. Or it was never gone, so, Anyway, yeah, the thoroughness and, the interview with John Avery, where 28 years ago he found something that was final. 28 years later, it's still final, and he was able to help a lot of other people get there. And then Jerry Marzinski comes on board and says he's never seen anything like it, that it cures every so-called mental illness, mental disorder. So there you go. And yeah, I don't feel like there's anything to lose with having a session. I mean, we've all had bad purchases for that amount or more that we've looked back on and, man, I wish I wouldn't have spent that on that. But I don't think that'll happen with this. It'll be the best investment of your life. So I know I've become a advertisement for Mace Energy Method, but that's what I do when I get excited about things. I like to tell other people, and if it's good, I want other people to know about it so they can have access to it. And yeah, and I know some of my subscribers are already having sessions, and that's awesome. And yeah, and you know, the fact that it works with children, it could change the world. It could. And its time has come, and it's just exciting. It's exciting, and it's exciting to be able to share this with everyone, with our amazing technology. You know, we need to use this technology for good, and this is one of the ways to do it. So share this with others you think that might be interested. Anyone who's in the healing industry that really wants to help people. And you know, I mentioned Biofield tuning, and it's more expensive to become a Biofield tuning practitioner than it is to become a Mace Energy Method practitioner. And Mace Energy Method will do way more good. Way more good. Not to discount Biofield tuning's benefits, but it's just a surface kind of thing. It's like a massage compared to a healing. So, yeah. Exciting times ahead. I hope a bunch of people jump on board this healing train. And let's get this done and spread it out there. And anybody that needs a career, you can somehow make that happen. You can do it. Put your intention that that's what you want to happen. And if your intention, the main premise of your intention is to help others, then I'm sure it will manifest. All right, everyone. Thanks for listening. Hope you have a great morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are. Remember, stay focused on what you want and help others if you can. Ciao, ciao.